Hello, my name is Gaurav Pandit and I am a student at CZU, and my group mates are Ravi Sharma and Happy Malik, and yes, so we are group number 5, and we're going to present you the case study of FUYAO Glass America. So yeah, let's begin. So first of all, FUYAO Glass America is a company that manufactures glass, and not just any kind of glass. The glass is of the automotive, you can say automotive glass they manufacture, and the key person is Chao Di Wang. And Fuyao Glass, majority of their business goes on in Taijin, where and it does have other places of business, but Taijin has been its main, you can say, main place of manufacturing. And now they have a nice revenue. You can see 21.1 billion. Okay, that's not bad. And now the case here is that at Taijin, the production cost per unit, the current cost that at Taijin is 40.60 US dollars, while in Morayan is 60.44. So on the first instance, we can say that Taijin is so cost efficient and even effective at the same time. But when you have a deeper look, you can see that at Taijin, everything is cost efficient except that of packaging and transportation. While at the same in the same manner at Morayan, it is everything else is so much except that of transportation and packaging. Now the thing is, we have to keep a long view of this. We have to keep in mind a long-term view, because on the first, at the first look, it seems like Taijin is the best option. But when we are considering the period of 2 to 3 years, we can see that it is expected that Morayan will have a less cost than that of Taijin. So that is kind of interesting. Even though, like, when the FGA, that means the FUYAO Glass America company, even though it started with losses, it was recording a loss of around 40 million US dollars. Even it had to pay like $1 million to the union that they had, the employees union that they have in America. But at the same time, they have started posting profits. So that's the turnover. They have posted a profit of, you can see on the screen, it's 289k US dollars. So that's kind of great. So yeah, so let's have a look with why do we see these kinds of difference? Like, why is it that Taijin seems so efficient and effective rather than Morayan? Now the thing is, Taijin is very old. It has very old beginnings. Like, the years of existence, if you consider it was in the mid 19th century, and the people in China are experts. Like, those employees that work over there, they are just experts. The Americans will take time to cope up with that kind of manpower that Taijin has. The employees over there are so motivated, the same culture. The labor cost is less considering the population of China. It's easy to get a worker or an employee rather than that of Morayan. There is proper resource management, and that is they even recycle glasses, and those glasses that they recycle, the broken glasses, they differentiate them according to their value. There is faster communication because they speak the same language, and at the same time the currency is in Chinese yuan, so it's lesser than US dollars. So again, if you see Morayan, it's Moraine, or you can say Ohio, the new existence. It has a new existence because it wasn't there, and it had its initial stages, which they have finished, I guess, or they're improving on it. And the manpower there is, people are learning how to work on that, but you can't compare that of Taijin. And again, it faces a lot of legal interventions because the US and China relations play a major role for this kind of companies. And again, the employees are unmotivated in US. Generally, the employees come for the salary, not with the motivation that they want to work and bring the company ahead. And what matters to them was just their salary, get paid, and they'll be back home. Again, there is the different culture, and the culture, yeah. I have seen the Netflix documentary where they are trying to make everything work in the Chinese manner as possible, but you can't change that, can't do that. Again, there's more labor costs. So Moraine, yeah, even Chao De Wang, the main key person of this company, say that everything in China is everything in US is cheap rather than labor. Labor is very expensive. So again, it's time consuming because the employees are new, they are trying to adapt what they have to do. And again, there is they're trying to have resource management because yeah, like in Taijin, people they carry glass with their bare hands, but in Marine you can't expect people to just, you know, all so they're trying to have resource management. Like, what I mean to say here is that, yeah, I mentioned earlier that they recycle those broken glasses, the glasses that were broken in the making. So yeah, when they recycle them, those guys they pick up with their bare hands. Yeah, with just their bare hands, and you can't expect that with the same thing with the Americans. And at the same time, the safety standards compared to that of Taijin, it's worse, like in Moraine, because the high temperatures and people are not so used to working on those kind of conditions. But yeah, but they're improving. So again, slow communication, the language barrier plays in here. And because every single time you need a translator to translate in between those Chinese managerial person and to them, and even their colleagues who might be Chinese, they too have to you know, need to communicate with the other person, they need a translator. So it's just an unnecessary waste of time. And again, there's the currency in the US dollars, so it's like yeah, the standard's a little bit high in terms of paying compared to that of Taijin. So those are the major reasons why you are seeing that like why Taijin is performing better in case of the cost efficiency. But the scenario is changing right now, so yeah, we'll discuss it ahead. Now, how this might change in 2 years. So yeah, so it's let's see. So there's the positive side and the negative side. So what can be positive is that the labor cost in the United States is on a decreasing spiral. You can see that as per my research, I came to know that they are trying to you know, have plants, machinery, like they it would eventually just eradicate the need of extra labor. Yeah, it would do its task and it would be time saving, efficient, everything, and you don't need a human being over there. So they're trying to do that. So yeah, the labor costs might decrease as the main reason why Ohio is performing like less on the efficiency scale. That's the labor cost, but it's changing. So yeah, and the first pass yield of Moraine plant is expected to increase at a much faster rate. So except the repairing work and yeah, the recycling work, all that, but still, yeah, these are the signs that Moraine or Ohio will overtake the efficiency scale against that of Taijin. And as per the current estimates, the shipping rates for transporting goods from China can increase in the coming year. Yeah, that's so true. Yep. The shipping cost and transportation cost, those, they are very huge. Yeah, so, and they are going to increase, that's for sure. There's no chance that they will decrease. So yeah, it's so it on the positive side, you can say that it would be beneficial for them to continue with their Moraine or Ohio plant. And what can be the negative side? So the negative side is, we know it. It can be only one, that is the relations between China and the USA. They are so fragile. Anything can happen at any moment, and if the relations get cancelled, they eventually FUYAO will land into a huge penalty. Yes, eventually, because everything they set up over here and suddenly the relations go worse, they might have to just, yeah, leave the plant, leave it. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so next, our advice on the location decision. So taking all the economic and non-economic factors into consideration, as I have discussed ahead, Moraine seems more beneficial or more effective, efficient. It is going to overtake on the efficiency scale. It would overtake that of TIANJIN. So yeah, they should continue with what they're doing. They should. And apart from this, there is another strategy, and that would only be that they get this the plate of glass from TIANJIN, because if they are sourcing it from Mount Zion, that's Illinois, I guess. Yeah. So the cost from shipping from Illinois is much more than that of TIANJIN. So it would better to stick to the traditional way of getting their goods from TIANJIN. So yeah. So, and however, even in Mount Zion, again, Illinois is a part of United States. So again, the relation thing plays on. So yeah. So what are the improvements that can be made in their operation management and supply chain management? Yep. What can be the improvement, I guess? So try to employ only talented people, not just random people who are looking for a job, or people you like, or people who are of your country, or just try to pick the skillful person, because that's what really gives you the ultimate result, because those people would be far more efficient and far more productive than those who are just there for mere work. And yeah, with reference to Weber's bureaucracy theory, which that's what Weber stated. Yeah. And again, the second thing is, try to track the motion of the employees. Yeah, they should try to make a comparison of how people in China, the workers are working, and how in the United States, how at the Moraine plant, how they are working. And they should try to bring an equilibrium at the Ohio plant, and just see that what changes they can make, and how they can make them to work in the manner they are working in that of TIANJIN. Well, that's not so easy, but they can try and just find out a remedy for them. Yep. And then the company can try to ship as much more inventory as possible before the costs in the shipping costs increase. They can have stock, hold the stock for a long time. Yeah, the holding cost would be lesser compared to that or shipping cost in future. So yeah, they can do that. And glass is not a perishable item. Yeah, it's fragile, it needs to be handled with care. But since it's a plant, they generally have containers or places where they can keep them safe. So they can do that. That's an improvement they can do. It's more of like an advice. So as in the exhibit 16, we saw that the raw material cost in that of Ohio Moraine was so much high compared to that of Taijin. So now, if we consider shipping the plate glass from China to Moraine, that's from Taijin, of course, to reduce that raw material cost, um, we should consider the following: that the cost of plate glass is slightly more in Moraine is slightly more than that in Tianjin, and again the shipping cost, as I discussed earlier, are expected to rise. Okay, again on the account of the bankruptcy of the Hanjin lines and the continuing growth of Chinese exports. Yeah, so it is expected that these shipping costs are going to increase. Now the packaging costs. Now the windshield is more break resistant than the plate glass because it is made through the special lamination process where two glasses are joined with an interlayer of polyvinyl butyrol, I guess, PVB they say, and therefore more strong packaging will be required to transport plate glass from Taijin to Moraine. So packaging costs will also increase. So if you're considering to go with that traditional route of having the glass shipped from Taijin, these are the factors. Yeah. So in conclusion, we can say that an expectation of an increase in shipping and packaging cost outweighs the advantage of sourcing plate glass from Taijin. Then this decision should be reviewed on the basis of the expectation of an increase in costs. So that's the thing now. So if you are considering to ship from Taijin, it doesn't seem so beneficial. Yeah. Now the next thing is, if Moraine plant is a success, then its threats possibly could be the US-China relationships, because they already like had 24 legal proceedings. Yeah, they were filed against FUYAO Glass America, and they reappealed 24 of them, but since the relations are not good, even the senator in their opening ceremony, just spoke something which he should have not spoken. So yeah, the relations are fragile. You don't know what's going to happen in the near future if have strong relations, or get worse even. We don't know that. So that can be a threat if we continue the Moraine plant. So again, companies like Pilkington and Xinjiang Glass tend to have great market share in terms of production of this automotive glass, and it can possibly harm them at some certain stage, because now Pilkington is having like a nice reputation. It delivers. So does FUYAO, but the market share, the production capacity, Pilkington is leading in it, and even Xinyi Glass from China again is also trying to pick up itself. So yeah, these are the threats that can possibly be if Moraine plant goes on a success. Now, if Moraine plant is a failure, there is always two sides. Even either you go on a success path or there is a failure. So what should they do then? Now this is a very it's hard to predict what would be the next step if it is a failure, but yeah, they can look forward to shipping the glasses from Taijin itself. They don't need to stop, but they can do is just ship from Taijin and then supply to wherever they should be supplied to. Now the next thing they can do is set up a plant in Canada, maybe, to serve that region of United States and North America, South America, all those locations they can deliver. and then they can supply, I mean then they can source the glass plates from Mount Zion, Illinois too, but again that's costly. So since you're in failure and you don't have options, you might end up sourcing from places like Mount Zion. Yeah, so that's the remedy, I guess. And yeah, that's it for this presentation. And yeah, I have been the presenter for this, and Happy Malik and Ravi Sharma were they did Ravi Sharma was into research and Happy Malik prepared the presentation. So yes, thank you.